Today I want to talk about the benefits of swinging a mace or steel clubs or even wooden mace or wooden clubs. Doesn't matter the material really, just the fact that it's a weight and it's somewhat extended away from the body and that you're swinging it in a circular fashion. I started swinging steel mace December of 2021 as a preparation to get back into shape and to get ready to go back to CERT. So to perform on stage, swinging on high bar, these gymnastics slash acrobatic performances. So I'd been sitting around literally once the pandemic hit in 2020. That was March of 2020. Let's see, all the way through 2021. I did a year of absolutely nothing, which is the first time in my entire life, that I had a true vacation and true time off. So in that, I got to be what's considered a normal person because like I have introduced or had mentioned before, that my background is gymnastics. I was an elite level gymnast for many years, decades. And so I was always on the go and always on, always humming, like a Ferrari or some really nice car. Anyways, so I slowly started stretching, slowly started moving around, and I mean slowly because everything hurt. Range of motion was not there. Joints weren't stable, things like that, and it literally felt like I couldn't do anything ever again. Like ever again. Like, I don't know how I'm going to go from what I feel now to doing anything professional. So I had, just knowing myself and my timing, I just started getting into shape. I started looking into, I wasn't even looking into stuff. I'm always interested into exercise and just different modalities. So one thing I saw, it was Daring 101, I think is his Instagram at his name, whatever. And at first he was doing the kettlebell juggling, kettlebell flipping. I was like, oh, that's really dope, because I was already swinging kettlebells. I already had a pretty good technique, pretty good base technique on it. So in one of his videos, I saw him swinging the mace, and I was like, dude, that just looks badass. And I knew it looked like he was working, and in ways that I didn't know how, but I knew that it would work. Just simply, I know swinging and I know a bit of martial arts as far as angles and So anywho, so after that, I picked up the mace, and I started looking into stuff, scoured YouTube and everything. Got what I needed, coupled with my understanding of biomechanics and familiarity with, again, martial arts and gymnastics. And the mace was a completely natural transition for me. The learning curve was almost none. I mean, I say learning curve is like the day I got the mace, I could swing the mace with good technique, just by feeling, and of course through some instruction, but very basic instruction. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. I understand how weight's supposed to go. I understand how I'm supposed to throw a body. I understand how I'm supposed to throw an object. And the mace is ideal for throwing mechanics in many fashions, whether you're wielding a sword, whether you're throwing a body, or like I said, an object, ball or javelin, whatever. So as I started getting into it, I started stretching slowly, started doing my basic, gymnastics exercises, very, like, a little bit every day, a little bit, just showing up, making sure the body moves every day. And then that escalated little bit by little bit. And within a month, I was like after a month, I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna be all right. After 3 months, I was ready to go, like full elite level. Drop me from a building, boom, I'm a bounce and shake it off, be all right. So in that process, the Mace was an absolute game changer in regards to shoulder stability. For me, mainly it was shoulder stability, because shoulder and back, because of the demand that we have on high bar. You're swinging, you're launching yourself from bar to bar, and there's other guys on the bars too, so it's like there's a lot going on. And what I noticed is, as I was getting my conditioning back, first of all, my physique was tightening up. I can just feel my own strength. When I squeeze, you can squeeze the body and you can feel like, oh man, I can't squeeze any harder, or like I could squeeze so hard, man. Just squeezing with dynamic tension. Dynamic tension, that's something I want to mention to the girls at training today. Anyways, I digress. When I returned to the stage, or back to the circus, Cirque du Soleil, I was in the best shape of my life, better shape than everybody else that was in the show. I don't know why they just waited to get there to get in shape, but they did, and suffered through it. I had done the work, so even I didn't have much to swing on as far as high bar to swing on, but I had the Mace, so even my hands were somewhat conditioned, to friction and things like that. But what I noticed tremendously is how stable my back and shoulders were. Everything really, but mainly those things. I didn't have any issues throughout the entire time I came back with shoulders. Back, there was some things because I had other acts that just the jarring and landing kind of messed me up. But again, the Mace helps to restore because it lubricates the joints. It takes the shoulders through all planes of motion, so it rotates it in every possible degree, every possible angle that the shoulder's meant to go in. You are taking it through that range, and because it's loaded with weight, it actually opens the joint. So when I'm hanging here, when the Mace is behind my head, and I'm swinging it and it's moving, it's pulling down on my hand, but my elbow's coming up, so it creates this kind of it's a dynamic stretch. It's a dynamic stretch while also strengthening what I consider true flexibility. Flex meaning flex your muscles, the ability to flex in all different ranges of motion, in all possibilities of the body. It opens up chest, thoracic, spine. It rotates the spine to where that's something that I guarantee you most of you, unfortunately, don't do much of, and we suffer for it. So the rotation of the spine, meaning simply turning from here to here and working that through load, but also up and down. So we're going side, or turn, right? We're going this way, and we're flexing this way, because as we turn here, the expansion over the top. So when it's loaded and it's swinging vertically down, we're actually pulling up to keep that weight up, to keep it supported, because we are the fulcrum. So it decompresses. That's the word I was looking for. It decompresses the spine. It decompresses the joints of the body, because the load is moving around in a 360 degree fashion. So your knees will feel better, your lower back, your upper back, your mid back will feel better, your shoulders will feel better, your elbows will feel better, your wrists will feel better, your fingers will feel better. They will feel it. You will also feel equally the work, of course, but you'll feel the relief, especially after the work. You'll feel the relief of this openness. Posture, all of a sudden, your feet are grounded, you're supported above, you're stretching to the sky. So you actually create more space in your body while stabilizing the structure. Not many, if not no other tool or weight that I know of, that I've found thus far, can do that. And that's with heavy clubs, heavy mace, heavy kettlebells, those basic, those basic modalities. There's some other things, you have your sandbag, you have even your Bulgarian bag from wrestling, different Indian tools, the mudgar, the samtola, there's all kinds of stuff from other cultures too. Look into other cultures, especially their ancient methods. These ancient methods, don't mistake ancient for primitive and stupid. It is the core of our development, and it's without all the fluff of the fitness industry and social media, and not even social media, just the inundation of even science and stuff trying to tell you what's best. The ancients weren't trying to sell anything. They were trying to figure out what works and how things work. So the most ancient method of throwing, coming from these clubs or maces, is probably the best way to safely and completely strengthen, stabilize, and enhance the entire physical body. Especially into old age or older age. Because I know as we get older, we don't want to go back to what we used to do, or if we, those things hurt us. So now we're going to move forward into something that renders the old obsolete. And you will crave this type of work. You will crave the swing. You will crave the feeling, even the fatigue that comes with it, because you are energized even after. Your body's healing as you strengthen. We start light and we build up. Oh, and by heavy mace, pretty much 15 pounds and heavier. 15 pounds, for a starting point, it's not that heavy, but your body needs to sense it. It needs to feel it and work with it. So the nervous system has to adjust and adapt. So yeah, swinging all the way up to, some people are 80, 100 some pounds swinging it. It's like, okay. Maybe we'll get there, maybe not. The whole point is, what does the system need? What am I craving myself? So, steel mace, get into it. Clubs, if you have any questions, if you want to know anything more, leave a comment. Subscribe, like the video just to help. And I'm just going to keep on pumping out these videos, and get you guys familiar with this circular training and the benefits of it. And I'm also going to be doing tutorials breaking down the technique and the mechanics of the swing and things like that, sharing my philosophy and anything else you guys are interested. So just let me know. See you next time.